Are we here? Are we here, folks? Do you see me? Is everything happening here? Oh, wait a minute. We got, hold on. Look at here. We got, are we here? There we go. Oh, hold on. I got to bring that down. Do you see me? Is everything happening? Holy cow. I got to bring that down. There we go. Run Bike Mike. Here we go. That's right, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, he was the very first person on my little show here. And gosh darn it, he took a chance. He took a chance with a little guy. And Joshua Welling was, you know, it's been a year since we've done a chat with him, and my train is already derailing. Let's just bring him on, ladies and gentlemen. Joshua Welling, Mr. Chicken Sendies himself.
Oh, what's going on?
Oh my gosh!
I'm
See that?
I'm trying to watch the live feed as well as be on here with you, so it's like the 20-second delay. So it's really messing with me. I gotta just pay attention to this and not that.
I actually had my volume up. Wait a minute, I don't even have my own thing up. That's horrible.
Hey, what's up, Blair?
Hey, Blair, what's going on, brother?
He's a good dude.
Is he a hometown kind of guy?
I know him from the channel, Chicken Cindy. So I made a little blurb, and I was hoping some of mine will join as well. So.
And here we go. This is my wife.
Hi, wife.
Pleased to meet you and have fun tonight. If I can keep all my food down while going live. Look at that. You know how I know I've made it? It's not the subscribers. It's not the comments or the likes. I'm in Chicken Sendies chicken coop right now.
This is the gold standard of like not super good, but decent bike shops. like a 6 out of 10.
You've really built that up. I think when we first talked, you had just moved into that house.
Yeah. So I took the new job, and as soon as I took the firefighter position here in Mattoon, we sold our house in Newton, and we're renting this place still. We're hoping to be in a new house actually by March is what we're shooting for. But I had literally just moved here and set everything up in here, and it was we just had the new kid. She's 1 now. It was a hectic time, man. But no, I've really been utilizing this place, and I love it. It's honestly going to be hard for me to like find a house that will mimic what I have here where we're renting. So we're going to have to see how that goes.
Yeah, you got that same thing that I had. I have nothing. This is it. This is it. I had no coop. There's no chickens. I've got nothing.
Oh,
so sad. But so you talk about your kid. Let me back up. For the people out there, I want, and I thanked you before. You were brave enough to come onto my little channel in the beginning. I don't know why. What was that all about?
So, okay. And honestly, you get the email and you do a little research, right? You're a little skeptical. You're like, all right, who's this dude? Yeah. And, I was like, I saw the email, and I'm pretty, like, when I get emails from people, like, I'm very personable. Like, I don't like leaving people on red. I try really hard not to. And I saw the email, and I was like, let's see who this dude is. And you sent me the couple of links for your videos, and here you are interviewing Hugh Jackman, of all people, interviewing Hugh Jackman, and this dude's wanting to talk to me? I was like, that's Wolverine. But no.
Your channel is so incredible. I was such a fan.
But no, and then we had the phone call and just got to talk to you a little bit, and you just seem like a very genuine, nice guy. And that's really what I like most about you, is just the fact that you are very genuine, and the person who you see in the videos and who you talk to seems to be who you really are. And I love that, because that's one of the biggest goals for me, is if anybody sees me out on the trail, the way you see me in the videos, that's how I want to be in person. I don't want to be fake. I don't want to, anything like that. So that's what I liked most about you, and just reaching out. And because, you have to, if you're going to start somewhere, you have to reach out. So I was just super stoked that you thought of me.
Well, that's why I thought of you for this, because this is my first live.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let's take it back a year later.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, it's crazy. I had 0 subscribers. Now I have 3.
You got me,
your
wife, and who's the third?
I don't even know if my wife is. No, it's you know what? It's a great little hobby. It's a lot. I have so much fun doing this.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that what you feel like what you're doing here is because you have a family and you're a firefighter. Yeah. Is this just a hobby? You're not trying to create this to make it big on the YouTubes?
So it's interesting just because that's never been a goal for me. It hasn't. And like I'm really weird about like people offering me money, sending me stuff. Like I'm the guy, like when I do live feeds, like I'm giving out $50 gift cards and $20 gift cards. I like doing that kind of stuff. And I like to try to like give things to other people. So I don't like taking things. So I've never really wanted to like do this for money. Now, if it evolves into that at some point in time, awesome. That's not a goal for me. It's not. You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm just come over to my house and take care of me.
Yeah, but I'm really bad about like putting myself out there. Like I'm terrible at like sharing my videos and asking for subscribers. Like I have a little subscribe clicky noise every now and then that I put in videos, but I don't. I feel like I'm trying to sell myself, and I would much prefer someone to follow the channel because they like me for who I am and what I do, as opposed to like trying to do it as a job, or it is just a hobby and I enjoy it. So,
yeah, it's funny because I do the opposite of you. I try to sell the heck out of this stuff.
Yeah,
but I'm not selling me. It's the reason why I have you on and the others that I've had on is that I'm selling you guys. I'm just the medium, the conduit to get you guys out there because I feel like I don't know how that even works because you have way more subscribers than I do. So, but I'm sure there's some people again that aren't, don't know you that know me and
for sure
get some more. Now we're talking about you being a family man and a firefighter. I want to go back to the Family Guy, and I don't want to talk too much. Your kids, oh my God!
So you have me on my personal Facebook, so you see a lot of stuff that I post, and we have a lot of family over in the California area and Las Vegas area. So we post a lot of videos on Facebook over our kids just so they can see them as well. But we are blessed, man. You
are blessed. So adorable.
Dude, I'm just glad they look like their mom because they look like me, they'd never get married. That's for sure.
Stop it. They have your eyes.
They can have those. Those are all right. Oh, look, these old things.
What? Well, but you've actually had your daughter. You've actually had your daughter and your wife in your videos.
Yeah. So, and it's one of those things where I know, so my oldest Elsie, she just turned 4. So I try to be careful with putting her out there just because, she's 4 and she's a kid and it's the internet. But I'll ask her, the last one I did with her was the break video. And I go, Elsie, do you want to be in a video with Daddy? She's like, yeah. And of course, she didn't see the outtakes of, like the little meltdown we had in the middle and stuff like that. But it happens. She was only 3.5 at the time and it's hard. And, it's still fun to do stuff with her. And I wish I would have had Marley in the channel more before we had kids, because that would have been really fun. But now we have kids, and thankfully, I'm very fortunate that she's a stay-at-home mom, so I can still find time to do this stuff and whatnot. But it's more difficult with children, that's for sure. Trying to find time because they're my number one priority, of course. My family, my daughters are my number one priority. So as long as I could fit this in still with that, perfect.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. Great segue. How do you? You're a firefighter, a father, a husband. And then you put out so much stuff. I don't know. Where does he find the time? Do you have like 28 hours in the day? Or?
It's funny that just a little glimpse of my life. And we're short about 5 firefighters right now. So we have forcebacks we're dealing with, overtime shifts we're dealing with. My last check on top of my normal 48 that I put in every week, I had 3 overtime shifts on that check. So for 2 weeks. So I was almost at work more than I was home. So it's difficult right now. It is. And in the state of Illinois, we're really short medics. It seems to be going on actually all over the entire country right now. We're not, people don't want to be paramedics anymore. And a lot of firefighters, a lot of, locations require you to be paramedics. So we're hurting, which is a shame because I do love what I do. I'm very fortunate to get to do what I do. And we see good things, we see bad things. And it's very cool to be a part of that though, no matter the outcome, just to say you tried. But saying that, with Marley being a stay-at-home mom, we kind of have an agreement. Whereas, when I get off of work, if I need 2 or 3 hours to ride my bike because exercise is terrific for mental health and anything like that. So she understands that. But we also have a deal with her. Whereas if she needs to work out, she needs to go hang out with friends. We put it in the calendar. If it's in the calendar, guess what? We get to do it. And we just discuss and talk and, we make it work. And it's for anybody, whatever's a priority, you'll make work. So for me, one of my priorities is finding time to ride my bike. And it just so happens to coexist with what I do on YouTube. So I can do 2 birds with 1 stone, basically. So it just works.
Nice. Plus you get the days you do as a firefighter, you work certain times and then you have a few days off.
Yes. So my actual shift is supposed to be 24 hours on, 48 hours off. So 1 day on, 2 days off. And it just goes back and forth is what it does. So that's what my schedule's supposed to be. But with the force back, sometimes I get forced back to work a 48, and it is what it is. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. And as long as I'm serving the community and helping, though, that's really what matters to me in that aspect. So,
plus all that extra money, you get to buy all these extra bikes.
No, that's going towards the house.
I mean, how?
We're trying to get out of renting.
Oh, man. Your wife knows about the bikes. They're right there in the coop.
So I learned a long time ago, when it comes to like spending money, I am free spirit 100%. I am really good at spending money. She is very frugal. And, and I'm not proud of this, but whenever I was early in college, so when I was right out of high school, I actually had a car repossessed because I'm so bad with money. I am not good with money, and I'm not proud of that, but she is a financial wizard. That's how she's a stay-at-home mom. That's how we can, I can afford bikes and parts because I'm like, hey, Mar, this is what I'm thinking about doing. We do the checks, we check it and see what's going on, and we make it work. But I have never lied to her. Well, 90% of the time, haven't lied to her over things I've bought and purchased. But no, it's very important to make sure you are open and honest with your significant other, especially because bikes are very expensive. Let's be honest here. I mean, they're not cheap. Looking at a $5,000-$6,000 bike right there.
Yeah, you're specialized.
Yeah, that's it. I'm a
little jealous of that.
It's a nice bike, man. It's my first Specialized, and I've been very impressed with it. It's a very cool build. I love it.
Is she now to the wife? Kudos for allowing him to do. Does she get to the point sometimes? It's like, okay, can we bring it back a notch?
So
with the channel, I mean, you because you got to have boxes coming in daily.
So
I see your part.
Well, originally, I was just loading videos whenever. Like there were some weeks I do 3 or 4 videos. And I mean, it's just because I was that busy doing stuff on my bike. I would just, when I first got into it, I was like, oh man, just all in doing stuff, making videos, posting them and things like that. And we had a very serious discussion. We sat down and I was like, hey, what's fair to you? What would you like to see me do? And she said, 1 video a week and 1 live stream a week is what I shoot for. But of course, the last couple months of work have been pretty crazy. So there was about a 3-month hiatus, honestly, where I didn't do a video at all. It was, because of Fire Academy. When I had to do that, that was 8 weeks long.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then
right before
and I mean,
right after you were going into it.
Yeah. So I mean, I took a pretty long hiatus, and I let the viewers know and stuff what was going on. But I mean, we had a couple tough times, and I mean, it was literally drill camp for fire. I mean, it was rough. It was very hard. I was mentally exhausted, physically exhausted. We were pretty much burning every day, unless it was like thunderstorm or something like that, because they do have rules and regulations there. Because a thunderstorm's not going to stop us in real life, of course. But no, it's and I did take a little break there, and it was nice to take the break. But then that rolled into winter, which it's kind of hard. It's hard to ride in Illinois during the winter. So
That's amazing. I find it amazing. Like you've actually discussed it with your wife, and she's on board with you being a creator.
Yeah.
And you guys had found a middle ground where you should take it. I mean, you're not going too crazy.
No, I try not to.
Not specialized.
That was pretty spontaneous. I'm not gonna lie.
Is she a fan of yours? I mean, my wife's on the chat right now just to support me. Is she a subscriber of you? And does your daughters, do they find it little? Daddy's a YouTuber? Or?
So I don't think they're old enough to understand. My daughter actually has a channel, fun fact. And she has a kids channel, yes. And it's called Chasing Grace. We have not uploaded to it for like 2 years. So actually it's been about 3 years because Marley started that channel for her when I started mine. And I was so jealous because hers was growing so much faster than Chicken Cindy. I was like, I don't get it. Like my videos are better. I'm cooler. I'm doing mountain biking.
Production value.
Yeah, I know. But it was hysterical. And then Marley stepped away from that. And so that just kind of sat there. But, you know, it's cool because, like, when they hear my voice, because I'll watch my videos, you know, just to make sure when they upload they're what they're supposed to be and that kind of a thing. And it's cool because, like, Elsie will sit in my lap and watch the videos with me. And it's very cool. It's a cool experience to see that, you know. It makes me feel good.
That's Daddy on the iPad.
That's what Piper does. She goes, Dad.
Oh, that's amazing.
So
it's got to be fun. Cool. It's a fun little time capsule too. As they grow older,
yep.
You can go. Could you subscribe to Chicken Soup?
I mean, no. Where's the family support?
Now, your channel had the train keeps going. It's the ADHD. Your channel now, it has grown a lot since we've last talked in the year. Are you finding it challenging to keep up with content or to come up with content? Or do you just find like there's a bike out there I want? Can I put some parts on it?
Yeah, so I wish I knew what people expected from Chicken Cindy's because I do a lot. I really do.
Yeah.
I have a 5,000. I do. I mean, it's a very nice Specialized. And then how many Walmart bikes have I built up on the channel as well? You know? And I mean, it's just interesting because I like to think people enjoy Chicken Cindy's because of the fact I compare them. You know, I understand because I've been there, you know, how people want to spend money and try to buy the nicest things. But sometimes you only have $200 in the bank account, you know, and it might take you 4 months to save up to buy a Trek Marlin. So what is a realistic possibility? But originally I was putting a lot more money into the channel. So I was buying bikes on top of bikes for content because I was trying to make content as opposed to let it flow in naturally. So I was really pushing for stuff. Whereas now it's a much more realistic approach in the sense of, well, what am I doing? Whose bikes am I working on? And what can I turn into a video? So that's what I'm trying to do now. And, you know, the new popular budget bike's the Kent Travail. And I'm trying to do that build and stuff right now. So that's what I'm working on currently. And I still do the trail videos and stuff like that. And so it just, you know, I like to think there's a lot more of a flow now compared to me just trying to force videos out and just make it happen. So I do enjoy that aspect of it.
Yeah, I think that is interesting. What you said is like when you first start out, you're like, you're trying to create, you're trying to find your little niche. And I had trouble with that. And I'm just interviewing people. But like in the beginning, it was, and even when I promoted your video, I was more straight-laced. And tonight is, you know, Joshua Welling and blah, blah. And it was, you know, and I started thinking like, I've got to be true to me. I'm all over the place. I'm a big goofball. I want to bring me and to people. So it is kind of funny how, you know, it takes a minute to find yourself in this little world of YouTube. And now it seems like you're not pushing, like you said, you're not pushing it. You're going, this is what I want to create. I actually want to put a new drivetrain on the bike.
Exactly.
Let's tape it. I've got some new, pedals. Let's talk about these pedals.
Yeah, exactly. And I love the fact that I think a lot of the subscribers have now just come to like understand who I am. And I'm just a dude who rides anything with 2 wheels. Like if it's got 2 wheels, it's fair game. That's just what I do. So, I mean, I got fat bikes. I got Captain's here.
There's the captain. Captain Cog.
He's a good dude.
That dude can shred.
Oh, for sure. Him on a BMX bike is disgusting.
Yeah. Like I watch his stuff. And I see him on the Instagrams and he sends it.
He's a good dude.
Okay. But nothing you Captain's Cog.
Hey, fun fact. Let me go back. That was your wife's comment over chicken tendies, right?
Yeah, perfect. She's the goofball. I'm the straight-laced one in this relationship.
That's actually where the chicken Cindy's name came from.
Yeah.
So
I remember that whole me asking you.
That's hysterical that she said chicken tendies.
It started out. Look at this. We got riding dirty here.
What is up? Think he's got his mullet on right now?
This guy, Ripper. Holy cow! Can I get a high ice wallow come?
Oh,
there you go.
That's not too good for your diet, I think.
Ice wallow. Ha ha! Oh gosh, I didn't read that first. Sorry there, Josh. I'm a little slow. I told you I was yeah. So, okay, back to your channel. And a lot of people are doing what you're doing with the Walmart bike, because most people like to make fun of Mr. and Mrs. Walmart bikes.
Oh, for sure.
And actually, even Seth and I know my good friend Run Bike Mike have been building up these bikes.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about, I mean, do you have some positives to say?
So if you want my honest input on a Walmart bike, a Trek Marlin is always going to be better, period. That's my, starting there. But this goes back to, what do you have available in your wallet? That's what this is. That's the honest question you need to ask yourself. Can you afford a $600 to $700 bike? Or do you really only have $200 to $300 to put into a bike to slowly build up over time? Now, the next question that you really need to ask yourself is, what kind of trails are around you? That's the bit. If you live in like Sedona, do not buy a Walmart bike. Don't. That's pretty silly. Now, if you live in Illinois, Indiana, pretty cross-country-ish with decent climbs and, just mostly dirt trails, a Walmart bike will suffice. If you're not doing crazy drops and things like that and you're a beginner, there's nothing wrong with the Walmart bike. But again, a Trek Marlin, some Giants, some Konas, there's a Polygon. There are so many bikes in the $500 to $1,000 range, which are very reasonable prices, in my opinion, to get you into mountain biking that would be better than an actual Walmart bike. Now, these new Kent bikes, in my opinion, are pretty impressive for the price. They really are. And if the bones on a hardtail are good, if the frame's good, you're solid. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing. But it's definitely it's almost taboo.
That's like you buy whatever from Walmart and then you spend another $500, $600 on upgrades, when you could just go ahead and buy your bike shop bike.
Yes. And if that's something you're going to do within a couple months, wait, don't do that.
Right. Save the money and get
exactly.
But that's if you're not into build. I support my local bike shop. I'm not good with tools.
100% as well.
With my hands.
Yeah. And of course, I keep saying Trek because that's what I have around me. There are just Treks left and right around me. That's the most popular one around here. But it's, and that's the argument I see a lot, is the fact of, well, you're going to put $1,500 into this bike. It's silly to do that, which I agree with 100%. I do it for learning experiences and to help teach people. So now, if you're going to buy this bike and build it up over like a year and not just dump all that cash into it, then it's a different story.
Yeah.
The big thing to keep in mind, though, is the used market. That's the thing to keep in mind. You can get truck Marlins left and right for $200 to $300 if you pay attention and look. And that's
people are still selling off the COVID bikes.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
they bought bikes during COVID, and now they're like, "Oh, I don't need to do that anymore."
Exactly, and this is like the perfect time to buy bikes. And when winter rolls around, bikes are going to be sitting in their garage collecting dust, and they're going to be like, "Oh, I just need to make some cash real quick and sell it."
Yeah, I'm looking on the pros closet constantly.
Yeah. Oh, me too.
I mean, I bought it. I bought a COVID bike. I bought it like when bikes just started coming back.
Yeah.
And I still have a hardtail, and I'm itching. I don't want a hardtail anymore. I needed a new bike, so I bought the first bike that was there. Riding Dirty loves Captain. Captain is my hero. One bike, Mike, it says that you guys need to talk because the Giordano can shred. I don't know if you can see all this stuff.
Yep. And that's the big brother to the Kent Travail. That's basically what it is. So it's got some better components. And I believe it's 600 stock is what that one is, where the Travail is right at 400. It might be 650. He can confirm for us, can't you, Mike?
Come on, Mike. You got to do this for Riding Dirty. Ripper riding, baby.
But no, and it is when you discuss honestly about that kind of stuff over Walmart bikes I mean, there's a group of people who will like fight tooth and nail for a Walmart bike, saying that they're just as good, if not better, than some other bikes. And, some other people are on the exact opposite spectrum. And
you've got channels that are dedicated to it.
Exactly. You really do.
I don't normally, you got Wolf Tech.
Oh, for sure. Terrific guys. Absolutely terrific guys. And that's 100% what they do. All budget.
Yeah, it's amazing. But you also have the fun one. You still have what was the original bike? You still have what was it? The purple? You had a lot of purple on it.
So that was my NSS Centric. And
you still have that?
To me is like the epitome of building a bike and what you should do, because I took my time building it up. I found good deals on Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that. And it was called the Bang for Buck bike build is what it was. And I've had that bike for 2.5 years. I think this is my 3rd season on it. I just had it repainted to like it's like a pearlescent purple white.
Yeah.
I love hardtails, man. Like
good.
Straight up hardtails. So fun.
Oh,
so fun.
I like hardtail. You get that feeling.
Yep.
You feel every bump and stuff, but I'm getting old, man. Things hurt.
But I truly think some people will they kind of get in trouble because they get like a full suspension bike real quick with a lot of travel, and it gives you more confidence than like skill you have.
Yeah.
And you get into some situations that, you end up getting hurt or something because, it gives you almost like a false sense of hope.
Yeah, I'm afraid of that because I have ridden some serious downhill bikes out west, and you're like, this bike is forgiving.
Oh yeah,
my skills aren't.
But
sorry, trying to keep up with the comments.
Oh, there's a lot going on.
Do you see him? Run bike. Mike's all about $650 for that bike.
Blake Blackstone.
Todd loves his Schwinn. He wrote it today. My $100 bike from Walmart cannot shred.
I saw that one.
Blake, kid I work with. Blake.
Oh, gotcha.
Super impressive Geo. So Giordano will eat your Walmart bike.
And that's, again, that goes back to my point of you need to know what is around you when you buy a bike. You really, really do.
That's the problem also is the people that are buying the bikes, they're new to it.
Yes.
I had a friend once a long time ago, and this is when $1,000 bike was, a decent bike.
Yeah.
And I bought a bike for $300. I bought this awesome bike for like $300. And I go, no, you didn't. And he goes, no, it's awesome. It's got shocks in the back and everything. And I said, no, you didn't. It wasn't an awesome bike.
No.
But now if you have the know-all
Yep.
like you do, you can. So what are you doing with that bike?
Which one?
The Walmart bike that you
The
just bought.
can. So let me start with this because this
I
is
don't want you
just.
to give anything away though. So you're building it up. I know you want people to
Oh
help
no,
you
you're
with
fine.
it.
So I have never done, since I've started the channel, I wanted to do a bike giveaway.
That's
That's
awesome.
just something I always just really like had in the back of mind and on my heart to do. I just wanted to do a bike giveaway. So the question though for me is what bike and how do you do it? So I bit the bullet and bought the bike. So I put it out to the community to see, hey, who wants to help me build this bike up to actually give it away to a new rider, to someone like that who is looking for a decent bike to ride for a year or two, you know, to get on the trails. The parts that have already been sent to me, shout out to Run Bike Mike, shout out to Berserker Nick, like I almost have a complete bike.
Wow.
And I just bought the bike stock. They don't want me to say who they are, which I respect because of the position to where they're at to who I know. They're just waiting for me to tell them what I need to finish it. And it's done.
And how are you going to give that away? Is that
so?
First off, that's amazing that you're being generous and you're giving back to the community.
And that's what I want to do.
You have the ability to do that, and I think that's amazing.
Very fortunate. But it's just so cool. But so my game plan is this. Whoever has donated parts, I'm basically making a committee. So if you've donated a part, you get to help me decide how we're going to give it away. So that's what we're going to do. It could be as simple as a raffle to anybody. It might be entries for you. Say you know someone who needs a bike. You write something over why they need the bike. You send it in. I give it to the people who have donated, and they pick. I don't want to be part of it.
Oh, you're like, I built the thing. Back off. You guys give it away.
And you know, I'm not trying to push it off on other people, but I don't want anyone to be like, well, he gave this away to a person he knew is kind of a thing. I just want to be the person who is fortunate enough to be able to build this bike up, put it together, and get it to someone in need. That's the game plan. So I'm just super excited I get to do that. That's so cool to me.
It is amazing. I think it's funny that you're pawning it off to everyone else, though.
Oh, for sure. Why wouldn't I?
Well, we got to give a shout out to my boy Mark Hill, the segment.
What's up, Mark?
And I was telling Joshua earlier, you've been promoting this like you owe me money, brother. Thank you. We love you. What's see everyone here is a Captain. Can you see this one where you're looking at? Can you see?
I can see it. So,
okay.
And then,
you know, if you were like doing the side view.
So I have my laptop.
Okay.
So I can follow the actual comments as well. That's why I keep looking in the corner.
Riding dirty. He built up. That's what I did. I built a bike just to donate it from all the people who donated.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Oh God, here comes the wife. Mark, you're the best. Yes, Mark, you're the best. Watch is here. So now let's get back to your channel. Huge fan. Always have been. Always will be. Let's talk about the riding. Now, you just did a race, sir.
I did.
And where did you place in this race?
Towards the top.
How close to the top?
I ended up getting first.
You guys could just chat along. Just chat along.
Now, it was a really cool experience. It was at Griffin Bike Park. It was the endurance rate. No, give me a second. Short circuit track. So basically, they said go. You went ham. They rung a cowbell. You did one more lap and you were done. So it was a very cool experience, and I decided not to record it because I thought I was going to be.
You're a content creator. What are you falling asleep at the wheel, mister?
I was a little scared how I was going to do, in all honesty. I really was a little nervous.
Oh, okay. I'll let you slide on that.
So when we got done and I was on the podium and I was just like, this is wild. It was such a great experience. And every time I went around, they go, there's Mr. Sendies and the Chicken Sendies channel. I'm like, you can call me Josh. But one of the funny things, there was a news crew there recording, and I was wearing their GoPro footage for them.
You were on,
which was awesome. So, but I've not watched any of their stuff or what they did with the channel, but because I had the mounts and everything because I was going to record. But that night, Rich Moore and I, we ended up doing the skinny trail there, the new trail that they've just built. So I was planning on recording that anyhow, so I didn't double up on the actual videos for that day. But it was just hysterical to me that I was the one who wore the GoPro for the news channel. So
you're doing all their work. I hope they send you a paycheck. Mountain bike rad dad. Another mountain biking father.
I think Chicken McFry's hot.
Yeah, who's Chicken McFry?
He's making me hungry.
Yeah, he's look at that. Just so much going on here. Chicken McFry is blowing up the comments. Chicken McFry.
Changing McLovin.
McLovin. So you won. How was it? I mean, let's go back to that. Did you go in did you train? I mean, this is your riding grounds, isn't it?
Yes. So Griffin is like where I like to go for riding. Okay. It's just, it's closest to me. I love what it has. Stand down, sir. Put him in his place.
Put him in his place.
So and I was talking to Rich about it before. So Rich Moore is like the manager of Griffin Bike Park, basically.
Wow.
And we knew we were going to record after the actual event. But he said, well, why don't you come and actually ride the race? I said, okay. So I went and I kind of knew what was going on a little bit beforehand, but it was my very first race I ever had done. But I just ride, and I mix it between road riding and I mix it from actual mountain biking as well, is what I do. So, I mean, I'm not in the best of shape by any means, but it was still a fun ride. And there's a lot of people who didn't show up that typically ride as well, that kind of a scenario. So, yeah. But it was fun. It was very eye-opening, though, because, I mean, it was pretty difficult. I mean, just pushing myself to ride and stuff.
Was that your first?
Yes, it was my very first race I'd ever done. So, so I skateboard as well. And, I just don't like doing that kind of stuff because it takes the fun of. I'm very competitive, very competitive, and I try not to compete because it takes the fun out of it for me. So
that's Chicken McFry. That's interesting.
There's a lot going on there.
I was gonna train always. Your race. Your YouTube channel, you've been doing a lot of the skateboarding stuff. And I wanted to ask you about the shorts.
Yes.
Because that's like a thing that I just started kind of doing. Do you find that helping your channel a lot?
Oh, goodness, no. Absolutely not.
No.
Not the skateboard content. I need to stop that. It's just, so I bought that new Insta360 camera, and I love it. Like the way it can like pan and stuff when I'm skateboarding. So I love the footage. So I post some like shorts of me skateboarding and stuff every now and then, but I understand that's not what the channel's for and what it's about. And I'm trying not to make it a hybrid channel because I'm not a super good skateboarder and I understand that, but I just enjoyed it. It's another thing I do and really enjoy doing. So.
Okay. Someone said block them.
Go for it. I don't know how to do that. So
I tried. Try block user. There you go. An error occurred. Try refreshing the page. No, I'm not going to refresh the page. So
you see what Blake just said?
Yes.
You did it.
Spammer.
You did it.
You got spammers, Josh?
Wow.
You have spammers on your line?
Really like bad sites. Those are the ones I typically get. So I like just delete the comments. Hey, Berserker.
Oh, hold on, Berserker.
Now we're talking. We were just talking about you.
I like him because I am a fan of Wolf Tech.
Mm-hmm.
And I like what they do. And he is a huge supplier, a huge supporter.
And, I've said it before and I'll say it again. We need more people to be like Berserker. He is just a good dude. Plain and simple.
What I love about this community Do you find that this YouTube mountain bike community, my wife is watching this right now because she loves it.
Awesome.
She loves this community. I mean, you do a lot of alone riding because you're off and you go out and you clear your head from saving the world from fires and stuff like that. but how's your community there? I mean, are you chicken Sendies out there or?
So it's interesting because I'll talk to, again, I don't have a huge following by any means, but I'll be talking to people and they'll say something and they'll be like, I think I've seen your bike before. And I'll be like, oh yeah, I have a YouTube channel. And they'll be like, oh, that's you? And like, they'll have no idea that it's me, but they've seen my videos and stuff. And, you know, like I'm not out wearing chicken Cindy shirts or handing out stickers and stuff because again, that's not the point that I'm trying to do. But it's almost like humbling when like someone's like, oh, hey, you look familiar. Or, you know,
you look like that guy.
So it's very cool when people do notice me. And it's almost kind of nerve-wracking because it's like, am I what you expected? Or
you don't want to disappoint.
Yeah, but it's pretty wild.
Where is it? Oh, here. Oh, hold on. It's right here. Still
I know you're getting something good.
Oh, I'm getting something good. Don't you worry your pretty little hair over. Hold on.
Those are the OG stickers.
I got the original chicken Sendies.
I'm actually in the process of making new ones.
I want to frame that. Look at that.
I don't know if you can actually read what it says because I have terrible penmanship.
I'm welling up a little bit. It's bringing me back, Josh.
Oh, man.
Bringing me back. Look at that.
That was, man.
You could be a doctor. Look at that handwriting.
No. I'll stick with being a paramedic. I don't think I want that.
What now that chicken has grown on your channel.
So originally when I started the channel, I had what I call the stick chicken. Hang on, give me 1 second.
Get the stick. Josh, where'd you go? I'm all alone. There he is. There it is. That's what you got hats and your.
So this is the stick chicken, okay? And I've never
this sounds funny. This
and I love it. That's like my favorite thing ever. And I've never released it to the public. Like people like it's what I put on my personal bikes. You know, it's like it's my stick chicken, not yours. Like you can't have the stick chicken. But people are like, hey, I want that stick chicken, Josh. And I'm like, I go.
Stick. I can't even say it. The stick chicken.
So I'm like, hilarious. I don't know if the population's ready for the stick chicken. I mean,
we're not, Josh. We're not ready.
So chicken. I'm finally in the process of making a stick chicken sticker, a sticker chicken, a sticker chicken.
Okay, now I'm so confused.
But people have legitimately asked for that specific style because I make them on my Cricut and then I peel them, and I think I may have given some to Captain, but I don't give them to a lot of people. Like I don't give the stick chicken to, because it's just what I put on my personal bikes or my close friends. So I'm excited to release the new stickers because they're going to have that on there. And I just think I have one of those stickers on my Schwinn.
Hi, Captain.
But no, it's just funny to see like how the community works and like how they want things.
All of that, you've animated your chicken.
Yes, that was a really weird one to do, but I love how that turned out. That was so cool.
There's a story. I'm going for the story. This is a live chat.
For what?
Like, how'd you animate it? How'd you get that thing going? Man?
I didn't do that. Holy cow.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what the app was. So I sent them the original sticker. I was born ready for the stick chicken. See?
Yeah.
But so the original actual picture, Marley had drawn by my art high school teacher.
Yeah.
So that's where that came from. I sent this picture to an animator, and told them what I wanted, and they just did it in like 48 hours. It was wild. And they sent it to me. Guy in the hat and glasses. No.
Brother, thank you.
But no, we
I can hear her laughing downstairs.
You never want to animate your chicken.
I'm sorry. So you sent it off, and that was the first conception.
Yeah, I mean, they sent it, and I loved it. Like, I thought it was amazing.
Guys, if you haven't seen it, go to his channel after this, and any of his. It's one of the best. It's really well done.
I think it's terrific, and it's just, and I may have shared this with you before. Like, originally, I was like, I didn't like the chicken Sendies at all. Like, I thought it was silly, and I'm like, this is just, But like, as the channel's gone on, it's been really cool to like own it, And it's still very like, if you type in chicken Sendies, like nothing exists besides this, and it's so cool that it's just unique in that aspect, and I love that.
Funny when you do type it wants to it wants to go to chicken tenders.
Yep.
You got to push through, folks. Push through with the Sendies. Don't let it autocorrect.
Oh, but no, that's exactly right. It does, and it will autocorrect to it as well. And then you see this mug on some of the pictures, like, oh, okay.
It's funny. Did you go through a moment in the past year or so, or even in the beginning, that you were like, chicken Sendies? I mean, you say you did, but did you have any other names going on?
So the original name was supposed to be Eats and Yeets, which I may have shared that with you before, but the entire premise of the channel originally was going to be bike riding and eating ridiculous food, like either before or after. That was the entire game plan. And then that's when we started talking about what we were going to eat, and we were going to get chicken tendies, and I've shared it before. And then we wanted to get Cindy before you get the chicken tendies, and don't be a chicken, get Cindy, chicken Sendies. So I just, no, it's wild how it works. So of course I get home and I just type in chicken Sendies and nothing. And I'm like, guess that's it. Let's go. And we just, but ever since I've made the channel, I've never questioned it. I was just like, this is what it's supposed to be. And like, even the colors and stuff, like very farmy yellow and brown colors, like that's not me at all. Like, I've always been like a purple dude, and like I love just colors and bright stuff like that. So the chicken, I was just kind of like, this is weird, but it's just been really cool to own it and just to see the community grow. And it's, I don't deal with a lot of hate, which is awesome, and it happens every now and then. It's part of, especially the kind of bike builds I do every now and then, because they are questionable. But it's awesome. And we were talking about it a little bit ago, just honestly how supportive the community is. It's wild. We do so many different things and live in different areas, but I mean, we really are like this, and it's very cool. Like, no matter what we're doing, we just support each other, and I love that. It's
because I asked that question because I've had moments of doing the mountain bike Q&A, the MTB Q&A, and changing it to something outlandish, something cool. But this is what this is.
Yeah.
It literally, I took it to its simplest form and went with it. And then it was funny. I started creating it all and going with it. And then I did after what you did. After I created everything, I went to mountain bike Q&A, and I'm like, holy God, there's a lot of that on. There's so much. And it was so funny. I was just like, you know what? Just own it. Just own it now. It is what it is. It's what people know. The people that do know this channel, they know this is mountain bike Q&A, and it's my Instagram, and it's, it's going with it. Speaking of Instagram, how, again, father, husband, everything you do, how do you find time to keep up with all of this, including, YouTube, but the Instagram and your Facebooks and I don't even know if you TikTok it.
So I do actually have a chicken Sendies TikTok, and that's like, I have my opinion over TikTok. We'll just say that. But TikTok and Instagram, like, I'm not good with. I just don't do a lot of it. Like, I don't do the stories and that kind of stuff. I try to concentrate more on the YouTube side of things. That's just where I like. Honestly, if I didn't use Instagram to talk to a lot of people or message people, I would delete it. I don't know.
You even called me on it tonight. I was like, wait a minute.
I'm trying to think of a different way to get a hold of you, and I realized
I didn't even know that there was you could do a phone call. I'm like, because I was driving, I just put it down the side. All of a sudden, I look over, there's your face.
But I was thinking, and I was like, how do I get a hold of Johnny quick? I'll just call him on Instagram. So
Yeah, I'm afraid of TikTok.
So,
I've heard too many bad things about TikTok. Like, just it's like malware for your phone and everything.
TikTok is definitely the younger generation, like, for sure. And I'm 32. You know, I'm middle age, getting there.
Talking to a 50-year-old, stand down, stand down.
The joke's always been, if I make it past 50, I'm doing okay. But no, so I get on TikTok and I do enjoy it. And there's a couple of people that, like, I message on TikTok now as well, just between content and things like that. And I have some friends that I like to follow. So it's almost like a community thing in that aspect. And I do like putting videos on TikTok and things like that. But I feel like I get a lot more negativity on TikTok than anything else, which is wild. It's just,
how do you get negativity?
Well, it's like just some of the videos I do and stuff, and I don't know. It's just, I think a lot of it's just keyboard warriors is what it is. So, yeah. But they're also younger and they still got a lot of life to experience. It is what it is. We all used to be young, and we did questionable things. That's for sure.
I thank God there weren't cell phones back when I was.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, my wife again. My wife just likes being. I think she's
coughing.
Where's your wife in all of this?
Huh?
Where's your wife? How come she's not commenting?
Oh, she's in there with the girls. We've got both the kids home. That's why.
Yeah.
It's honestly about bath time for them. So we have a very strict schedule for the girls.
I don't want you to miss.
It's hectic when we don't have a schedule.
Talk to me, and I'll get this. I know you have to get to bath time and stuff.
Oh, you're fine.
You had traveled to where? Bentonville?
Yeah.
Tell me about that, because I've seen. It is what it is, and I see so many videos, and it seems like a trip that I'd want to take or my wife and I, but my wife would be bored. But I really want to go. It looks so much fun.
Honestly, so I don't think your wife would be bored. There's quite a bit to do there, even touristy. Like, honestly. And
really?
That's something my wife and I plan on doing, is getting an Airbnb for her just to have fun, relax, read a book, go out to have dinner and stuff together. And in the day, we go ride. Like, it's not bad, especially if you like camping and stuff. You can go to, like, Lake Leatherwood and do the downhill stuff and whatnot there with the shuttles and have a good time. But one of the best things about Bentonville to me is there's something there for everybody. That's the thing. You see a lot of the crazy trails that people are doing with, ridiculous drops and things. There are some really nice green flow trails for the beginner. It's just a really cool place to go, where you won't necessarily get over your head, but you do need to be in pretty good shape in the sense of pedaling around if you're trying to get from place to place, not driving. Or even, for instance, like Kohler, the climb up's pretty decent. It's not all nice and paved and decently mellow compared to how it used to be. But, it's, if you got an e-bike, for instance, e-bikes are like the epitome for that place. Like, holy cow, man.
When's the e-bike coming?
I'm not going to get one myself. If I was to buy an e-bike, I get it for my wife. And I would get her so she could keep up with me and potentially help me train, is what I do with it. I'd say, slap it in turbo and go.
I bought my wife one, but it's more of a commuter bike.
Yeah.
And I use it to go pick up food.
Yeah.
Carry out.
It cracks me up, though, how some people are so against e-bikes. Like, wild to me. And in my opinion, they're for people. Like, it's just a specific thing to have for someone, you
Yeah,
know?
especially if you're a climber.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wish they would allow it here because all you do is pedal here. There
Yep.
is no downhill at all here. It's just
Yep.
pedaling.
And, you know, and I'm sick and like sadistic and love climbing, you know?
You do, man. You are that guy, and you get.
Oh, I
Well,
do. I
you know,
love it.
watch. He giggles as he's going up, and then you get to a route, and you're like, "Well, sometimes I have a little trouble." And then you go up it like it's nothing. You,
But, and
you, sh- you, sh- your progression in your riding, like you were always a good rider. But like I've watched in your videos, like you're doing sick drops now.
so, and it's
It's
what I've always been when I do something, I'm all in. I did not expect there to be the learning curve that there is in biking. Like, my very first bike ride was like 2 miles and I was dead. Like, I mean, like legit exhausted, gassed.
yeah.
Like, how do people ride 20 miles on a bike? Like, you guys are ridiculous. And, you know, and it was new. And I think a lot of people get scared from mountain biking because of that. You know, the first year of biking honestly sucks because it's nothing but conditioning. It's like
Yeah,
getting to where you can enjoy it.
Yeah, but you have this confidence while riding, and it comes off on camera.
I now that I have 3 screws in my knee as well, you know, a lot of people know that I broke my tibia plateau. Honestly, I'd only been biking like 4 months and I broke my tibia plateau, and I became very humbled by that situation because I was
Yeah.
like, I need to slow down because I'm not as good as I think I am. And me riding my hardtail for an entire season. So I bought a Fazari, a Bajo Peak, pretty quick when I got into mountain biking. So a pretty
Yeah.
decent full suspension.
Yeah.
And then I rode that and then got my Canyon Strive, which very nice full suspension, all carbon, very nice mountain bike. That flew off my roof rack on the interstate.
I think we talked about that.
And I had my bike insured. So
Yeah.
I was very fortunate and got a check to replace that, but ended up replacing it with a with a hardtail. And I was like, let's ride a hardtail for an entire season and really dial in on just line choices and just trying to like be, you know, just know what I'm doing on a bike.
Yeah.
I think riding a hardtail is really underrated in the sense of how it helps your progression because it makes you aware of your line choices. It makes you aware of when you mess up, and you have to be like conscious of what you're doing because if you mess up, that bike lets you know.
Yeah.
So to answer your wife's question real quick, it was the wooden jumps over at Griffin Bike Park. And they're only like 6 foot tall jumps, so not super big. Sorry, pretty decent jumps.
He just keeps
but
talking.
I had never hit them before, and I hit that thing so fast, Johnny. I went flying. I had no idea the speed, and I probably went like 10 feet past the landing. So I put my bike in midair and threw it to the side and landed on my leg. And I thought I was okay. Like, I was like, oh, I'm fine. As soon as I stood up and put weight on that, I was like, oh, crap. So I thought I just sprained it. And my wife was pregnant with Elsie at the time. So I did not want it to be broken. So I went home, slept on it, woke up the next day and tried to put weight on it again. And that's when I was finally like, hey, Marley, I think I need to go to the hospital.
Man.
But yeah, it was not ideal. And I got off my crutches the week before Elsie was born.
So you didn't have to crutch it while holding a baby.
I'm so thankful that happened when I got off the crutches because, oh man, Marley was so mad at me. Rightfully so. I mean,
you're like, I'm pregnant. You're going to go breaking your knees.
That's how it went. I did not want to tell her. I was like, oh, I really messed up. I was like, and the kicker to this is I had been skateboarding, which, you know, since 7th grade, never broken a bone.
Also very talented folks.
So, and but I switched to biking, and she was excited. She's like, "Oh, this is gonna be so much safer for you. You're not gonna get." 4 months into it, $30,000 later.
Ooh.
That's how much the bill was. It was $32K. I was like, "Ow."
Ow.
Yeah. So don't make the decisions I make. Be better than me.
No, but you're still killing it. Are you gun shy at that park now?
At that park, no, because I have now hit everything at Griffin. Okay. So I walk things though that I've never hit before now. I love getting towed in. If you can find someone to tow you into a feature, you are golden. That's the biggest thing. Like someone that has done it that you can watch and then follow.
Yeah.
That's the epitome. I mean, that's terrific. And the only thing I would tell you, if you're not sure you can do it, don't.
Don't do
like,
it. Oh,
you need to be confident.
I'm the king of just going, no. No, I really am. Like, I have no shame because I'm a lone wolf out there.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of my buddies have moved and stuff, and I really don't have a lot to ride with. Every now and then I'll have someone, but if I see something that have failed, I don't have anything to prove to anybody. I'm out here to clear my head and have fun.
That's exactly right. And you shouldn't feel like you need to prove anything to anyone. But back to Bentonville, when we went to the rail yard, which is about 25 minutes from Bentonville, they had that really big whale tail on the expert line, okay? And no interest in that thing. I was like, I'm not doing this thing. It's stupid. It's like 10 foot tall. It's taller than me. Like, I'm not interested. And my buds, you got this. You can do it. So,
you pay my bill.
No, but exactly. And I ended up finding a dude who was doing it, just had a very nice conversation with him. I was like, any chance you can tow me in on this? And, ended up doing it. One of the most fun features I have ever ridden. I mean, It was so cool to hit and ride, man. And that's one of my favorite things about bike riding is just the fact that you can see yourself progress and hit the new features and do these things. And it's such a cool feeling. And it's kind of like skateboarding for me to where like, I'm never going to master it, mountain biking. I'm never going to master it, but I'm going to keep progressing and getting better. So I won't get bored with it. That's the best part, I can like get bored with things because I feel like I've gotten as good as I can, for instance. And bike riding is just not there. I'm always trying to be faster on things. I'm trying to, beat my own personal records. And I love it because like I'm my worst enemy and I'm just trying to beat me. So that's what I love.
Oh, that's the one buddy that I do ride with. He's always like asking about time or you can't catch up to me or whatever. And I'm like, I'm here to master my own skills or to beat my own self. I'm not competitive at all when it comes to that. I am competitive, but not when it comes to that. Mountain biking is a very special thing for me where it's a cleansing.
Yes, it is.
Because it's just you and what's like 10 feet in front of you.
Yep. And like, I used to be a huge sports guy. Like soccer was my thing. I loved soccer. And I got to the point where I just realized a lot of teammates like really were bringing me down, honestly. And whether like if we lost a match or something like that, or games I played basketball as well. And it was just kind of, I was getting bummed. And I was like, well, what can I do besides this? And that's when I started skateboarding because it was just me. And then I thought about biking, and I got into this and now guess what? It's me. And we talked about it earlier, both my work shifts, since I work 24-hour shifts, I can get off of work. Marley and the girls are still asleep. I'll go straight for a bike ride, decompress, de-stress, come home, take a shower, be ready to be dad and a father and a husband, and it just works out so cool. And I love that I can do that. Very fortunate. I really, really am.
That's amazing. And you again, if people don't just coming on later, he's a firefighter, right?
Yes.
When are we going to see you in the calendar?
You didn't get your copy?
You just work out all day?
Oh, it depends on the day.
pumping iron. And,
oh, so it's so wild though. So like the other day we ended up having a room and content fire, and tones dropped, and I was just kind of, I thought it was an EMS call. I was heading towards the ambulance. I was up for call, ready to go, and they said what it was, and I was like, oh crap. So went and threw my gear on real quick, and I was like, trying to put on my turnout gear. I was sold. It was just an EMS call, and nope. And but it's wild how exhausting a fire actually is. Like being in the turnout gear, and when it's like 90 degrees out, and you're fighting. I mean, and you're going through a couple bottles. I mean, I didn't think it would be what it is. It's hard. It really is. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a fire, because I do it. But
no, I'm not a firefighter. I'm a news photographer, and I covered fires for so many years. I do that now, but I watch you guys in that gear and the beep beep. You got to shake yourself.
The past devices, yeah.
I actually had to wear that once. We tested it in the story. I had to put on the gear. We ran a generator in a house. What was it called? A pass device?
Yeah, pass device. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just drenched. It was in an old house, no air conditioning. It was in the middle of the summer. I got all the gear you guys have on, and I had to recreate while I'm shooting the thing going off, and I had to shake it to turn it off.
You gotta keep shaking. You feel like a duck.
And you're actually in fire or outside of fire, but you're in. Thank you.
Oh, no,
thank you for what you
I love doing it. Like I said, I want to answer the segment's question. Can I do that? It's been up for a little bit. Sorry.
Look, it's your time.
So I love, which sounds ridiculous, revenge rides. They are one of my favorite things to do. Like, there's been times where like I've gone to somewhere to ride and didn't hit a feature. And then like I beat myself up because I didn't hit that feature. Or like maybe there was a climb that I didn't make, again, because I'm sick and sadistic in the head. So like I need to make this climb, or I have to do this feature because I didn't last time. And I mean, there's just this really cool, just like almost like euphoria when you like a high almost, for lack of a better, when you do it. And then you do it with friends around you, and they're just like, yeah, and cheering you on it. It's so cool. And it goes back to the community, and I love redemption rides. They are one of my most favorite things ever. And then when you actually do it, it's such a cool feeling. Like, it's awesome.
Yeah. I have one that I need to do. I need someone to tow me in. I had a really near-death experience.
Yeah.
It's a trail that as soon as I see it, I pass right by it because I'm by myself, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. The squirrel catchers in the beginning of trails, those are the ones where I will, like, if I don't do it, turn back around.
And that's why they're there.
You know what? And it's fun. I love this. I love this sport, if you will.
Yeah.
I know you got bath time.
Oh no, I'm in no rush. You're fine. We're good.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to get you back to Bentonville because we were talking about that. What a fun place. You were talking about the rail yard.
Yeah. Oh man, that place. So that was the first time I had gone. The last 2 years I've gone a couple times, but they've been closed because they've been reworking it and stuff. That place is so cool, man. And the rail yard's another place. Say it again.
Is it just a jump line, or is it a jump line with a pump track?
Yeah, it's like a giant pump track, but there's something there for everybody. I mean, I saw kids there just riding the little things. I saw kids there riding the big things, and I saw adults doing both as well. And I mean, I love easy things like riding like beginner stuff because it's hysterical to me. Like, I just go real fast and see what happens. But it's something like I could put my wife on and she'd be fine. Like, she would love it. It's just very nice hills and stuff. And I mean, it's just cool how Bentonville legitimately has something for everybody, no matter where you're at and like your progression of riding.
Yeah, you know what? I have no no shame in my game with the Green Trail.
You shouldn't. They're fun. They are.
The speed you get on them and the stuff you can do on them. It's just, sorry.
To me, a green trail is low risk, high reward. Just because you do it and it's fun. And like, I'm also the big believer in when you get to a downhill park, do the green trail first. Get warmed up. And then I'll go to the blues and the blacks and stuff. But I always do a joyride once or twice just to get, the juices going and stuff. That's important to me. And I also stretch before I skateboard. That's what I do.
My wife she doesn't stop. Beginners does not work.
Oh no. What happened to her?
No, it didn't. It was bad. I probably talked to you about that in the first chat. There was a lot of foul language. and I think I slept on the couch that night. But now with your creating, because this is about you and the YouTube channel and blah blah blah, whatever. You recently started using the 360.
Yes.
I don't know how.
It is the weirdest.
It
so
seems
strange.
Yeah, no, I have trouble with the editing and do you edit on your phone with that?
So when I do
where are you going with your creating? Have you upped your editing with like a Final Cut or a Premiere? Or?
So I still use what I've always used, which is Cyberlink Power Director. Exactly. But that's just what I use. And honestly, like, if I could just throw money away and not really care, I would probably have a pretty nice Mac and do that. But I'm stingy and have a Windows computer. So like the specs on my Windows, it was about half the price as it would cost for a Mac, which I'm not dogging on Mac, but they have very nice product and they have a decent price tag with it, but they're good quality and you get what you pay for, right? But what they, so I have a Windows computer. It's an Asus ROG, so like a Republic of Gamer with decent specs, and I put some stuff in it to help it. But I just use Cyberlink. But with the 360 camera, I like the fact that I can edit everything on my phone if I want to for the different styles of resolution for whether I'm uploading to TikTok, Instagram, or even YouTube.
Yeah,
or
you can do that.
Shorts and things like that. But I can also upload it onto my computer. So I edit all my footage on the Insta360's actual app on the computer, or what you download for it.
Where you want it to go.
Yeah, and then download it onto my computer and then upload it to the actual Cyberlink so I can add music to it or transitions and things like that. Because I've learned the Insta360 microphone is terrible.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start riding with the lapel mic actually, and then dub that over the Insta360, the sound. So it's better because the mics are not good on the 360. And since it's a 360 camera, you can't just put like a giant windsock on it because it'll mess with the actual footage.
Because I was editing, and you actually have to move.
Yeah.
With the app, I was doing the app. You're like this, and people are like, what is that?
It's wild. Yeah. I love the tracking feature on it. So like when I'm wearing it on my chest, for instance, I'll go down and like draw a square around like my stem, and then it'll just track my mountain bike stem. So as it's going, it just tracks the stem. And then
I need to look into this further.
It's cool, but of course I just bought the X2 and the X3 just released last week. So go figure. That's how it goes every time.
I got the X1. Hey, I still have a Hero Session 4. The GoPro.
Do you really?
Yeah, I love that thing. It's so tiny.
I'm debating on a GoPro Hero 9. I'm sorry, 11. I have a 9, and I skipped the 10. And I think Run Bike Mike just bought an 11, so I'm waiting for his video to decide if I'm going to buy it or not.
Come on, Run Bike, drop that video for us.
So, but I saw him post a couple pictures of it, so I was like, I'll wait, and then I might splurge again.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. I like the mini. We're geeking out on tech stuff, folks. I'm sorry you're falling asleep, dropping off maybe. Yeah, everyone's dropping off. They're getting tech geeky stuff. So what I want to ask you about your page. Oh, here we go. Here we go. They didn't drop off. They're still watching. Mark still there. I love me some Mark Hill, folks. Looks cool too. And hold on. Okay.
So there we go.
Okay. Run Bike Mike, folks, make sure to check out his video this week on Run Bike Mike. Okay, here we go. What's this? Sheltering. I'm having trouble keeping up here. Here we go. Wow, I lost you. I lost everyone here. No, so what do you still like just the riding videos the most because are they the easiest things for you?
Yeah.
Or are you okay? That was
well, no, I was just listening to you. Sorry, what was the next one?
No, but when you're in the chicken coop, it looks a lot of fun to do your lives, to do your builds. I mean, are you more of a fan when it comes to your content of just the riding because you can just cut them quicker? Or
Yeah. So for me, when it comes to my personal content, I love the like ASMR style building videos. Like I love just building a bike, putting nice relaxing music to it and throwing it up. Those are my favorite videos I do, but they're also the ones that do the worst.
really?
Straight up. And to this day, the most popular videos that I've done are my Mongoose Dolomite ALX, my fat bike Walmart bike.
Really?
Yeah. It's just, it is what it is.
but you prefer editing the riding stuff. And you took a spill with that 360. Were you afraid of that lens breaking?
So, okay, yes, that terrified me. But it was okay. And I'm evidently really good at tucking and rolling when I do a spin. So I should be more worried about breaking my scapula than anything else.
Yeah.
But no, and honestly, like the how-to videos, I love doing the installation and how-to videos. I'm always very self-conscious that like I'm gonna mess something up in a how-to, and I don't want to mess something up and post it and not realize it. So I try to be aware of that because I'm all self-trained and YouTube trained, via that stuff. So, but I love doing that, and I love finding like budget like products that are good, and that's what I enjoy doing, to let people know that that Fox 36 that's on my Specialized is an amazing fork, but you probably don't have $1,100 to spend on a fork. So what can we buy? A Marzocchi Bomber, or the Marzocchi I had on my I put it on my Vitus. It's a $500-$600 fork. That's a terrific fork for the price, and it's half the price of the Fox 36. So there's options.
Have you ever shot yourself in the? My wife just snuck in here. She noticed I was like sucking on ice.
Drink.
Have you ever shot yourself in the foot with one of those? Like or you just don't post it, where you bought something you thought, okay, here's some budget stuff that I got on Amazon or wherever, and then you tried it out and it wasn't good, and you're like, yeah, I'm not going to post this. I'm
a very optimistic person, and I don't want to post videos that portray something negatively. So I like to consider myself a very honest guy. If I'm reviewing something or giving an opinion on a product and I'm like putting my name behind it, I really think it's decent. Like I'm not going to do a video for something that's bad quality, because I don't want that kind of stigma on the channel. I don't want hey, this product is bad, don't waste your money. I want to be able to say, hey, here's a good option of a product, for if you're trying to save some money. So I have had some products fail. I've had products, a few that actually sent to me that I didn't review after I used it or tested it. And I just reached out to them and told them, I was like, hey, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be able to do this because this happened. Do you want me to send it back to you? Just genuine and nice, but I just don't want to have to lie or potentially, again, do a video for something that I didn't like, because that's not who I am. I don't like doing that kind of thing. So I just avoid it.
Yeah, and again, that's why you don't want, you never really want the free stuff coming to you, because you want to be positive. You don't know if, and I've had a couple other YouTubers say that they were like, I don't want this stuff. If I want it, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
And then I'll give it. Buy Run Black Mike.
See Mike.
I wanted to put that out there. But yeah, there's some about that. And I've had, I'm actually wearing.
I see that.
Great guys, Pierre and Garth. Send it. Death Before Dishonor. I was a little optimistic or pessimistic. I was a little, I was like, I don't know if this isn't really what this channel is about, but he's a rider. And I was like, let's send it. Let's do a chat. Yeah. So at least it was that. But I don't know if I could review something. What does that have to?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
what is and as the budget stuff goes,
Mhm.
what are some great finds that you've had?
So, like
I'd
for
like to
me,
know that because not all of us have a lot of money to throw, and we want
yeah.
some quality stuff that
So
is.
to go, and this is a big question again. A lot of budget stuff, again, is not really rated for stuff in Sedona and things like that, and like
Again,
even a lot
yeah,
of features in Bentonville. But like the Marzocchi, again, for being like a $500 to $600 fork, that's terrific. It's hard to beat that price point. And a lot of people will like, sit there and like really defend again how we were talking about it earlier, like, a Mongoose Ledge X2. It's a $500 bike that you can get at Walmart. That's a decent bike to build up. Polygon has $1,200 to $1,500 bikes that blow that out of the water entirely. Now it's
yeah.
double the price, but for quality and stuff. So the one I will share with you though that I have 4 of, Microshift Advent X. That drivetrain,
Solid.
clutch derailleur, 10-speed, goes up to a 48-tooth rear cog. You're already blowing your suspension. I'm not sorry. Your drivetrain is going to be destroyed. You have to replace that. I have GX Axis on my hardtail. Love it. It's an amazing system. Buttery smooth shifting. But
No.
that rear cassette, $400 to $500 to replace it. I can get the whole Advent X drivetrain for $200. And now I'm just going to have to replace the drivetrain, as in the cassette, and a chain. For me, for bikes, for a bike part that needs to be replaced on normal, especially if you're riding a lot, every year or two,
Yeah.
and for what you get and the range you get, and it's a clutch derailleur, that thing is terrific, man. I don't know of anything in that price range that is as good or better than that, in my opinion, of course. It's an amazing drivetrain. It really is. I love it.
That's great that you give out that knowledge on your channel for the people who don't have the financials,
Yeah.
that can upgrade. Trail Features did a video on that of a Mongoose bike. It was a POS.
And that's what we're talking about exactly, and I built up a Mongoose Ledge X1. I built it up. And that, that's what I do on my channel, just to show what you could potentially do with a bike. But people need to realize that there are better options for the price point, and everyone's going to do what they want to do at the end of the day. And, it depends on where you're at, how much money you really have, and what kind of stuff that you can do. So
somebody wants to talk drones. You don't use a drone, do you? Uh-oh. He left me again.
Here you go.
Adventures wants to keep the geeking going. Well, just because I'm a videographer by trade. Look at that.
So this is my Mavic Air.
Have you flown that in your pieces?
I don't use it like I used to. And I love this little thing. So I never upgraded to the new Mavic Air because this is the original controller.
Huh?
It's tiny compared to the new Mavic Air controller. The new one's about twice as big. I can throw this in my bag with my drone and take it anywhere.
Okay.
I've had this thing for about 2.5 years, and it is terrific. It's got the 3-axis gimbal. It does 4K like I need it to. This thing's brilliant for the price. And I bet you can get them for dirt cheap nowadays. Like, if you can find one of these bad boys, that's the drone I use. And it's cool. These little sticks, the actual analogs, they screw off. And
this guy's got everything.
They tuck away in here. I mean, it's so cool. It's neat.
You're all excited about the controller tucked away in the little spot right there.
I mean, it's so portable. I love that. But yeah, that's the drone I use when I do use it.
Josh, what can we, I'll wind it down. What can we expect from your channel? What do you have things in the works other than the build for the bike giveaway?
So as of right now, that's my main thing that I'm doing. And I may have shared this with you before, but I have like 4 to 5 videos like always ready to go as fillers. So
Locked and locked,
yeah, sometimes I just throw one up. I'm just like, here you go. just because maybe I didn't have time to edit what I wanted to edit that week or something like that. So I got a really cool video of my daughter and I riding on the Specialized with the 360 camera. And it's going back and forth between her and I and the trail and stuff, and debating on posting that at some point in time. And I got a pretty fun ride of the Specialized. I'm planning a trip here soon to Ironton, Missouri, which has a really nice downhill park over there that's shuttled. It's slipping my mind the name of the bike park right now. I'll probably think of it in a second. But I'm planning on going there with Rich Moore, the manager of Griffin Bike Park, here soon. So I'll probably have a real fun video of that. And that'll be my first like chunky ride on the Specialized. So I'm excited to get that out there and like put it through the ringer finally, because it's a very nice bike. But
looks like it. No, you're riding a bike that I've always wanted. And you ride a lot of bikes.
I do.
Now,
say that again.
How many bikes are you up to now?
Enough.
There you go. That's all it's enough.
I actually sold a couple, so there is that. But the bikes I have right now, I actually ride on a normal basis. I think I have 8. I think it's 8. 8.
The chicken coop is full.
It is a full. I need a bigger coop.
Now, do you have a padlock on that coop? So your wife.
So I have cameras, but all my bikes are insured. So
I just thought so your wife doesn't go in and start counting up how much everything costs.
Well, again, me and her do the bills together, so it's okay.
Now here the wife's just like, don't give him ideas.
8.
I keep bugging her for a new bike. Joshua Welling. Here, anybody have any questions? This is my first live. Does anyone have anything for Josh and or me? Not that anyone wants to know anything about me. It's all about this. I have never been able to do this right. It's this one. This kid right here. Anyone got questions for this guy? Anyone left? Anyone? Bueller?
So I will say this, the biggest thing for me and just Chicken Sendies in general is just to continue reviewing items that I find interesting and just giving honest opinions, but still writing features and just having a fun community to talk with people. That's just what I truly enjoy. It's, I love doing it, but I don't consider it like me or my channel. I know I do the stuff and that this is the face you typically see, but I mean, what would we be without the people who comment and watch and that kind of a thing? It'd be really lonely. So the comments are fun. Talking to people is exciting. I love that people are willing to reach out to me and ask me questions over bikes. It's fun. And, I do the bike comparisons compared to like expensive bike parts to budget bike parts and things like that. And I think that's something that people do enjoy, because biking is not as simple as a Yeti, and that's what everybody rides. No. There's a huge spectrum, and I know I can't fit all of it on this channel, but that's what I try to do. And I try to just give realistic experiences on what you're buying and what you can afford. So.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you, but you kind of answered. Like, what keeps you going?
Yeah,
it's the community and helping others, and
yeah, that's the biggest thing.
I realize that you are that kind of person, anyhow.
Well, and which it's weird saying it, but I don't want to be known as the person who gives stuff away and does things. But I am very fortunate with a wife who is terrific with money management. I mean, absolutely terrific. So when I do live feeds, I never post on there Amazon gift card giveaway and things like that. But, my last live feed, I gave away 2 $20 giveaways just because, I'm very fortunate and I can do stuff like that. And I don't want people to necessarily want to be on the channel to do it. But I'm just so thankful that people are willing to watch and join and talk. I just want to do that, And then I ask him, hey, what'd you buy? I had one guy who won a $50 gift card once for Amazon. And that day he broke his chain. He bought a new chain. That's so cool that it just happened to work out that way. and it's cool that I'm in a place to where I can do that, and that's what I really like about it.
And are you still you're still very involved in replying to everybody? I know at certain points, so big, it could be too much.
And I hope I never get to that point without, I like to growing, and it's cool to see people like me and enjoy the channel and stuff. But like, if you comment on my channel, positive or negative, I will reply back. That's just how I am. And even if you're negative, like, you can go through and find negative comments on my channel. I don't reply hatefully. That's not who I am. I'm a very optimistic person. I'm a very positive person. I'm not doing that to do that. That's who I try to be, especially like in the line of duty and work and stuff I do. I see so much junk, that the normal person shouldn't see or won't ever see in their life. Like, I could let that stuff consume me very easily, and I don't. I have barriers in place. I have people I can talk to, things I do specifically to prevent that. And hopefully and that's what I went to earlier, when you see me in my videos, I'm happy, I'm smiling. When you see me in public, that's what you should see. I'm not fake. I don't like to be fake. This is what you get.
And this is why I was such a huge fan in the beginning, and still a huge fan, is that you are very genuine, and you have fun with your videos, and going through, being a part of your Facebook now, which I go on randomly, but this is you. And it's somewhat annoying.
It is.
I would like
rightfully
to see
so.
I'm kidding. Nobody wants to see a bad side. You got a new subscriber now.
I saw that. Thank you, Segment. I just followed him on Instagram earlier, so I need to make sure speaking of, my wife just tagged me in something.
Guy.
But it's funny to me because one of my captains. Oh, hey, that's actually what we were just talking about earlier, Berserker Nick. But one of my captains at work, he came up to me. I said good morning to him. He looks me straight in the eye, Johnny. He goes, "Why are you happy all the time?" I go,
that's me. I'm always smiling, and
he goes, "Do you want me to not be happy?" He goes, "No, I just want to be happy too."
I just say it's because I'm dumb.
I go, "I don't know what you want from me here. I'll go home."
What parts you still needed for the build? Berserker Nick is in.
I tell you what, and this is what I was talking about earlier, man. I got another package today from Berserker Nick for the charity build. I mean, it's so wild.
This guy. I mean, seriously, like I know him through your channel and through Wolf Tech.
Yep.
And he's very generous human being. He's an incredibly nice guy.
Yep. We've talked a handful of times back and forth about different things. And he is just an awesome individual. And I mean, looking at the stack of stuff that he sent me pedals, he sent grips, he sent hydraulic brakes. I mean, he's just an amazingly giving individual. And we talked about a little bit earlier, but I mean, we're doing this bike build on this Ken Travail, and I mean, it's a very sharp bike for the price of what it is, and the frame is nice. So, we're still trying to figure out how we're going to do the giveaway. And Berserker, congratulations, since you've been given away, you're on the committee to decide how we give it away. I may not have told you that yet, but you made the team.
By the way, Mr. Berserker, you have to figure out how to give it away.
Hey, listen, my hands are clean. I'm doing the work. I'm building it.
I can't. You're so easy to talk to, and it's such a pleasure to have you in my corner, and to be in your corner. Anything you need, I will always be here for you. Does anyone have anything for Mr. Sendies? Before I say bath time is over, he's got to give his kids a kiss on the forehead before they go to bed.
That I do, and I work tomorrow, so I'll be gone all day tomorrow. So I got to make sure I at least tuck them in and read them a story. So,
okay. Thank you, Josh. Really, hey. You were the first one for my thing, this channel taped, and now you're my first live, and I will always tell you, can't thank you enough, sir.
But before we get off, let's take a
Here you
quick
go.
minute just to talk about you. All right.
Me?
Things
Don't talk
that
about
I've
me.
noticed about you and your channel. Okay. Look at the people you've brought together. Like, how many people have I subscribed to because of your channel, because of what you're doing? You're taking a step out of your comfort zone and messaging random YouTubers and trying to get people onto this MTB Q&A. Like, you're this catalyst of like bringing the YouTube community together more. Like, think about what you're doing as well. And again, I mean, no, seriously, how cool is that, John? Like, it's awesome, man. Good for you. It's terrific. And
I appreciate that, man. I really do.
Awesome.
From someone like you, it means a lot because I know it's real.
And
this community has been great. If everyone could just subscribe to No, but it's a lot of fun, and I enjoy chatting and helping you get your product out and just chatting with you. Like, I feel like I'm never in your neck of woods. I mean, I got someone I can run.
Sorry, that's my phone going off for
Oh, sure, we are live.
I just had to make sure it wasn't a fire. It's not a fire. We're good.
Okay. But those were some kind words, and I appreciate that. There are a few of us that do it, and I love being a part of this. And I love. Okay, that's enough. That's enough love.
Hey.
Thank your wife for me.
Of course.
For allowing time. Your kids are adorable as all get out. Folks, I'm ending it now. Don't start back up. You got to go kiss your kids. Folks, remember to like and subscribe to that guy.
Oh, hang on. That guy.
Yeah, that guy and this guy.
There it is. This is your party, homie. I'm just here.
Here we go. It's your party. It's all about chickens. Johnny, this segment, I can't with this kid.
I'm just so grateful you decided to message me again, man. I love sitting here. I love talking to you. And I do, again, just truly appreciate what you're doing for the community. It's awesome. It's very unique in my opinion. And it's cool that everyone, it's awesome, man. I love it. You don't care.
You had a ghost come past you. You know, they have those light orbs. An orb just went right past you.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did you get their name?
Everybody with that one. Blake says, "Good night, stream. Good night, everyone." Look at that face.
I don't blame him. It's bedtime.
Again, thank you so much for being my first on both of these. You're the man. Like, subscribe, Chicken Sendies, and me, please. Everyone, go get your bikes dirty.
Hey, take care, everybody.
And